I'm about to bust some myths about introducing first foods to your baby and, most importantly, how to spot a reaction. What's up, guys? It's Marissa here, mom and founder of Noble Baby Wellness, where I focus and specialize on everything that has to do with your infant's digestive wellness. I am so freaking excited to make this video because I've had so many parents reach out to me and ask me how the heck do they introduce solids to their little one and what they should be introducing and not introducing in the first year. And I also want to throw it out there that I've created a free PDF, free PDF on top 5 foods that you should be introducing to your infant in the first year and what top 5 foods you should completely avoid. If you like any kind of this content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to ding the bell, because if you don't hit that notification bell, you won't know when I'm posting videos. So check this one out. Yes. As a new mom, I had no clue what the F I was doing. I knew nothing about breastfeeding, and I most definitely knew nothing, absolutely nothing about formula. I received a ton of advice during my pregnancy. Even after I had my son, I would have people stopping me on the road to give me advice. At the bus stop, on the subway station, literally people were coming out of the woodworks to offer me advice. As gracious and thankful I am for the advice, I never took it because a lot of it was really like, you're like, where do people come up with these kind of weird things? Anyways, and I received a lot of advice about introducing foods and solids to my son, and I feel like people are receiving a lot of wrong information when it comes to introducing solids to your infant. And I want to tell you something else. Come a little closer. A lot of the information that I was receiving about introducing solids to my son really increased his chances of having food sensitivities and food allergies. If you guys want to see my top 10 tips that I wish I knew before I had my son, check the video out up right here so you can see the top 10 things that I wish I knew before I had my son. Please wait to introduce solids to your infant. I made the biggest mistake in introducing solids way too early for my son because he was born a month early. So technically I should have introduced solids at 7 months instead of 6 months. But what I did, I introduced solids at 4 months, which he technically was 3 months. Completely immature digestive system. He could not digest anything. He reacted to a lot of the things that I gave him because his body and digestive system weren't ready or prepared to be digesting those foods. 6 months is the minimum age that I recommend anybody to be introducing solids to their infant. And if they're born premature, please wait until they are technically 6 months. So if you have a baby who was born a month early, wait until they're 7 months. If you had a baby who was born a few weeks, let's say 2 weeks early, wait until they're 6.5 months, just because it gives their body the opportunity to develop, their digestive system to develop. And introducing solids too early can actually lead to food sensitivities and even food allergies if you continue to feed those foods to them on an ongoing basis. I strongly encourage baby-led weaning. I think that this is a brilliant technique to help them develop their fine motor skills, their gross motor skills, their hand and eye coordination. I never really knew the term baby-led weaning when my son was born. I was kind of getting fed up spoon feeding him, so I just started to cook the food and just put it on his high chair tray and let him go at it because I was so tired of constantly re-warming my food over and over again to actually eat a hot meal because I was so busy trying to, open your mouth, Liam, open your mouth. But I kind of said, screw this shit. I'm going to just put all the food on his tray. So that's baby-led weaning, and it was so messy, yes, but it also encouraged him to eat on his own, and it helps them develop self-confidence. It helps them to build their self-esteem because they're able to feed themselves. They're learning to feed themselves. They're not relying on you or somebody else to give them the spoon of their next food. All they have to do is just reach down and put the food in their mouth, which is so great. Why not encourage them to explore and empower them by boosting and building their self-esteem? If you guys want to learn more about baby-led weaning, I'm going to post this book up here and this book here, so you can use these books, read them. They're fantastic resources and have really great recipes for you to try out with your little one. Please avoid giving your child any of the top allergenic foods. Please just don't do it. You're gonna hear pediatricians telling you you should be introducing these foods early and often. You're gonna even hear the American Pediatric APPA, whatever, the American Pediatric Association, I don't even know the whole term. They're gonna tell you to introduce these top allergenic foods early and often. I'm here to tell you, don't do it. That is wrong information, it is completely doing a disservice to your infant's immature digestive system. Take this in. You have a new baby. They have been relying on mom to give them all their nutrients through the umbilical cord for 9 whole months. So they literally have to do nothing to get those nutrients to absorb. Mom's doing all the work. So if you take this and you think of this and you put this into real life practice, your infant has an immature digestive system. They do not know how to digest, especially things that are common top allergens. Their bodies don't know what to do with them. So if you are introducing dairy, soy, gluten, especially wheat, eggs, their bodies are going to have a very, very, very hard time digesting them. And when they can't digest them, they end up going through the body undigested into the small intestine. Once they get into the small intestine, it goes through it into the bloodstream undigested. When this happens, the immune system jumps in and says, hold on. These are too large of a molecule to be in the bloodstream. This is not right. We need to do something. So this is when the immune system starts creating antibodies to attack these undigestive foods, whether it be milk, soy, gluten, wheat. The immune system builds antibodies and attacks them. So now anytime those foods are consumed, the immune system has flagged them as invaders and will attack those foods again. So when this happens, it turns into a cycle of ongoing issues. You are increasing their chances of food allergies because this is when the immune system says, these are invaders, we need to get them out, do whatever we need to do. So this is going to happen through diarrhea, through constipation, because the body can just say, okay, screw this, I don't know what I'm doing, I need to take a break. Or it's going to try to be excreted through their skin, which is why you see a lot of infants experiencing rashes or baby acne. So whoever came up with introducing top allergenic foods early and often to reduce their chances of allergies, I don't know where they came from. I don't know what kind of knowledge or common sense that they had, but just please don't do it. For you to reduce their chances, make it very easy for their digestive system to work. Support the digestive system, honor the digestive system and how it works, because this is their foundation of health. If you want to learn more about how to support your infant's digestive system, check out my free PDF that I offer. All of my PDFs, I'm going to link them down below in the description box so you can get them for free. The next best tip that you can use when introducing solids to your infant is get a food journal. I don't care what the heck your food journal looks like. I don't even care if you put it on your phone. Just get a food journal, write down what they're eating, because when you do this, you have a better opportunity and a better chance to recognize a reaction. So write down every single thing you're introducing to them. And if you notice a reaction like gas, constipation, diarrhea, rashes, rosy red cheeks, dark circles under their eyes, those are all reactions. So you can easily track what they're consuming to if there is a reaction. And this is also a really great way. Food journals are also a really great way for you to track things that they don't like, because when you can do that, you can reintroduce that food over and over and over again. Now, I want you to also keep this in mind. My gosh, I'm gonna give you guys a lot of tips. I hope you guys have some good pens and some good paper to write this stuff down. If you have an infant who constantly is rejecting a certain food, don't keep introducing it. Even if you've introduced it maybe 10, 15 times and they're still rejecting it, just hold off on that food altogether, because children have very intuitive bodies. Children are very intuitive. So that could be a sign of them potentially having a reaction to those foods, or just their body just doesn't want it, or it's not something their body needs. So that could be a reason why they're rejecting that food. So just have a lot of patience and be very present with your child when you're introducing foods. I really wish I knew about a food journal when I had my son, because I probably would have saved myself a lot of headache, a lot of stress, and a lot of tears when I introduced solids to him, because I was giving him everything. I didn't know about any restrictions. I just gave him everything, and he reacted to a lot of things. So I wish I did have a food journal, because I would have been able to detect what he would react to. Avoid grains altogether for at least the first 2 years. Children can't digest grains, especially glutinous grains. They can't digest it. So what's going to happen is going to cause that whole reaction that I mentioned before about introducing the top allergenic foods. It's going to cause damage in their small intestine. It's going to flag the immune system. It's going to cause a whole chain reaction of digestive issues for your little one. So just don't introduce grains in the first year. They can't digest it. They don't have the proper digestive enzymes coming from their pancreas to actually digest the grains. And my last piece of advice for new moms is give your infant a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Let them eat the rainbow, because all these fruits and vegetables have important nutrients for their growth, for their body functions, and for their overall health and wellness. Eat the rainbow. Fruits and vegetables are so much fun to eat, especially for little ones. When you chop them up in different sizes, it offers them different textures and different tastes. And it's also really important to get them exposed to those textures, because it can actually reduce the chances of picky eating, because they're being exposed and they're being exposed to all these different textures, and they're able to get comfortable with all kinds of new textures. So this is a really great tip for picky eating, to reduce picky eating. Okay friends, that's it. If you guys need any kind of help or guidance in regards to supporting your infant's digestive wellness, send me a message. I would love to help out. That is what I'm here for. This is why I have my channel, to help you guys understand where the importance is, especially when having an infant, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of wrong information out there. I'll be very honest with you. There's a lot of wrong shit on the internet, and I wanted to let you know what that wrong information is and give you better information and better resources where you can do your own research and find out the truth for yourself. Okay guys, have a beautiful day.